Hello, lovely people. This is Sakino on Sunday again. I have had a little break in my videos because I was crazy busy. I was teaching the whole month my Israel training courses. It was very, very intense, very demanding, and also extremely beautiful. And I'm very, very grateful that I am able to do this work on Zoom while I'm not able to travel. So today I was reflecting on something that comes up in the media at the moment. Philosophers are talking about it, other people too. And it's about, will there be a new normal in the future? How will we live? How do we choose to live when this pandemic is over, which nobody knows when that will be? And do we even want to go back to the normal we had before this pandemic? I have been thinking about this, not only today, also before already. What are the things that I miss from the normality before Corona started? And what do I not miss from the time before Corona started? What I do miss is, of course, that I cannot meet many of my friends. We cannot really hug or be physically close. This is what I miss. I also miss that I cannot teach my courses in person, because I do miss the physical presence. Surprisingly, teaching on Zoom has turned out to be really, really beautiful and effective. And the amount or the degree of intimacy that can be created in this media is amazing, surprising. I noticed that in the teaching in the last 4 weeks. We were working with trauma issues, with family issues, and there was an intensity and closeness in the constellations that were unfolding, which was almost overwhelming for me. And as I understood, also for the participants, my students. Of course, still there is a part that I miss, which concerns the senses that cannot be felt on Zoom, like smell, or even a particular taste in the room when we work together, when we are together. And certainly, which I said before, the physical touch, the hugging. On the other hand, I do enjoy, and this is what I understand from my students and other friends too, being on Zoom creates a new kind of safety. We are sitting in our own living rooms. in a space that's familiar to us and in which we hopefully feel safe. And we do not have to defend our boundaries in a way that we have to say, please don't come closer, please don't touch, please don't hug. And I understood from at least some of my students that this is giving them a feeling of more safety, and that they even prefer the Zoom space to the physical space because they can create their boundaries in a more easy way. There was also another thing that happened in a supervision situation when I was working with a team, and I was asking at the end of the supervision on Zoom how they felt about it and how it was for them. And the majority said they even felt it was better than if they were together in one room, because they noticed that they were not interrupting each other. They were listening more closely to each other. So all these things, they surprisingly turn out to be very useful and very beneficial. I don't know what will be the new normal in the future. I have no idea what will be the new normal in the future. I do hope and wish that we can keep what we gained in this time, that we don't rush back into the old speed of living, because that's also something that I realized during this past year, and I was talking with someone today about that. We are choosing more who we want to be with, in terms of, do I really need to go here or there? Or is it okay to just make a phone call? Do I really want to meet this person or go to this event? Is it really that important for me to attend this social activity? Or do I prefer to do something else, which is more nourishing maybe? So the choices that we make during this pandemic time are maybe even more conscious. I don't know for others so much, but for myself, I feel that when I meet friends, I choose consciously who I meet and how many times. Of course, it's much more precious. Meeting someone in person has become a precious gift. It's not to be taken for granted. And this is something I wish to keep in the future, to be more conscious about my choices, how I spend my time, with whom I spend my time, that which people call quality time, whatever that means for anybody. And then there's also a phenomenon that I noticed, and I talked with this person today about that too, that time has a different quality. On one hand, it seems that time has slowed down because I'm not running around so much. I'm much more at home or in my clinic, and I don't have so many things to go to, actually almost no things to go to. So time on one hand is stretching, and on the other hand, it feels to me that time is running, is speeding up. Days seem to be even shorter. And I use time more consciously in the way that I choose more consciously how I'm spending my time. Do I want to watch a video? Do I want to go to bed? Do I want to read this book? Do I want to do some cleaning up in my bookshelves or in my cellar, or putting some order into bookkeeping? Things that are always there, but I give them a more conscious attention. So it seems to me that in this time of the pandemic, the past year, when traveling on the outside wasn't possible, the inner journeys become more conscious. And I have no idea if this is true for anybody but for me. And I don't even know if it's true for me, actually, because we are not over the pandemic. We are still in the middle of it. But I hope and I wish for myself that this quality of how I spend my time, with whom I spend my time, this quality of choosing more consciously, that I can keep that. So these are my reflections for today, and I'm happy to share them with you. And as always, I'm happy to hear your thoughts and reflections. And I wish you a beautiful spring Sunday, and looking forward to hearing from you. Take care.